To conclude this video series, I want to show you some of the pieces that are missing for you to complete the puzzle yourself. First, the general structure of a Git repository. As you may have noted, this forms a graph. The history of the project is a direct acyclic graph or a DAG in which each commit is a node pointing to the parent. You don't see the arrows here, but they're there. And the branches are just labels on commits. In fact, you might have one commit with multiple labels. When we are committing, we are just creating one more node and advancing the pointer, changing this label to the new commit. As you explore Git further, you will see that there are operations to manipulate this graph arbitrarily. What I showed you is the way that people usually use Git and GitHub, and that's the way we expect you to use Git and GitHub for your group projects. But Git is very flexible, so you can change your workflow as long as it works for your team. Everything I showed you is in IntelliJ because that's our Happy Path IDE. But you can transfer these same ideas to other text editors, other standalone graphical user interfaces for Git, and to the command line. The same names apply everywhere, things like committing and pushing and pulling and rebasing. And there are extra features you can explore. For instance, there is another kind of branch that is also just labeling a commit. It's called a tag. And a tag doesn't change. So you can use tags for new releases of software, for instance. In GitHub, there are also extra features. For instance, there is an issue tracker, and you can associate pull requests with issues if the pull request is solving an issue. An issue can be something like a bug or a feature request. And in your group projects, you will be creating issues to document your progress. Issues and pull requests can also be organized in projects or boards, and you use that for your group projects as well to say in which iteration you plan to do each task. There is also a wiki that is just another Git repository associated with your project for documentation. So you can push markdown files and images, and that creates a wiki that documents your project. You will be creating a wiki for your first iterations or documenting what your project is supposed to do. Beyond the group projects, if you're interested in contributing to open source, you find an open source project on GitHub and you can fork it. That's a custom version of the repository that is yours, and you can push to it, and you can send pull requests across repositories from your fork to the main repository for contributions. You may even decide to use Git without GitHub. There are alternatives, for instance, GitLab and Bitbucket. And it's not that hard to deploy your own self-hosted Git server. There is still a lot more to talk about Git, but this is the end of this video series. If you want to keep learning, the best reference is ProGit. It's available online for free. That's how I learned everything I know about Git. And it will teach you both the high-level things you need to do on your day-to-day job and the low-level things that make Git interesting. Thank you for watching.